Hi friends, it is Thursday at 4 o'clock, and you know what that means. It's Getting Tipsy with Erin. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, it's a little bright. Thursday, 4 o'clock, Getting Tipsy with Erin. It's July 23rd, so happy birthday to my cousins, Nevin and Graham. It is their 25th birthday, and happy birthday to John Bodkin. Happy wedding day to Tom and Helen. They are down in Duck getting married, I believe, right now. Hopefully it's not raining and weird there because it's raining and weird here. But happy Thursday. So today we are going to talk about mortgage rates. So I hope everyone is doing well. I will ask a question. I need everyone's opinion. Saturday is my 40th birthday, and going into this year, I was thinking about either doing a big trip for my 40th or having a huge party and having some of my local friends who are musicians play and just having like a huge party. And clearly we're not doing that. So trying to debate on what I do. So if anyone has any suggestions for Saturday, what to do for my 40th birthday, while being socially responsible with COVID, let me know. Drop comments. Love to hear from you. So talking about mortgage rates. Mortgage rates have reached historic lows. If you're a loan officer and you're on here, drop a comment, drop what you see the rates are as today. You've probably heard, mortgage rates are at lows. Buyers are still buying despite the global pandemic because of the mortgage rates. We had a huge refi boom right before COVID, and then it has continued. Buying has continued. I am showing property this evening right after this. And I mean, like, having to squeeze in showings because I contacted the agent and said, hey, can I show the property at 6? And he's like, I've got a slot at 5, and then I have a slot at 7:30. And he literally has showings from 2 p.m. until 9 p.m. tonight. Last night I tried to show a property and there were no showings available today or that night. And my buyers couldn't see it today, and we knew it was going to be under contract. So, I mean, it's crazy. But maybe never thought much about mortgage rates or what impact it actually had on your purchasing power. So doing a quick episode, we're going to do some math. I know a lot of you that might be like, I always joke that I got an 800 on my math SATs. For some of you young folks, that's not like a thing anymore, but that is actually a perfect score. Glenn LaFerrier was my math or my SAT prep person. Thanks, Mr. LaFerrier. I'm not really great at math, but I'm good at the logic behind it. But I am good at some of those math things. So my goal is to help make smart real estate decisions. And I like to put my buyers with mortgage people that can help with that. But I'd like to educate you about the power of your mortgage and the power of interest rates, and knowing how that can affect you. So let's talk about it. So first, let's kind of talk about seeing the difference in mortgage rates. And if you go to my Instagram page, or it's on the Facebook page, you can look at, I did a image to kind of show you how it's changed. And I'm going to have to look because I don't have this memorized. In the 1970s, the average rate was 8.86%. In the 80s, so when I was a young buck, the average rate was 12.7%. And that was when my mom started selling real estate. And she talks about there's some people that got like an 18% interest rate. I mean, that is huge. In the 1990s, the average rate was 8.12%. In the 2000s, the average rate was 6.29%. In the 2010s, is that how you say that? Average rate was 4.09%. And then as of As of last month, the average rate is 3.21%. And I mean, it's pretty common right now just to say 3%. And that's just crazy. It's historic lows, and they say they're going to be around for a while. But you can't guarantee anything. I don't have a crystal ball, so we're not guaranteeing anything. So it's important to know what that means and what those rates mean for you. So first of all, again, this weekend's my 40th. So I was born in 1980. Let's be thankful that we aren't reliving those average rates of the 1980s. 12.7% would greatly reduce the amount of what we could afford versus where we are at 3%. Hi, Renee. How are you? So let's do some math. So let's say we're buying a house for $350,000, right? $350,000 average house. You're putting down 5%, and you lock in and I know, what if I'm putting down 20%? In our market, we have a lot of VA buyers. They're putting down 0%. So let's just say we're putting down 5%. You lock the average rate at 3.21%. So 350,000 purchase, putting down 5%, you lock the rate at 3.21. Take these calculations, you put them in a mortgage calculator. I have one I can send you. I have an app that I can send you. You just plug it all in. Your monthly mortgage, now that's not including your taxes and your homeowner's insurance, and those will change from year to year, not significantly. I mean, we're talking dollars. But it will change from house to house, so you do kind of want to look at that. And especially in Virginia Beach, if you're in a flood zone, that will change significantly. But your monthly mortgage would come out to be $1,439.78 a month, right? So $350,000, putting down 5%, locking the average rate of 3.21, $1,439.78. So now let's say you decide to wait. I'm going to wait, play it out, see what happens. The rate jumps up 1% by the time you're ready to buy. And now that $350,000, you put 5% down, and your interest rate of 4.21, now you're up to $1,627.93. So that rate increase of just 1%, your mortgage went up by $188 a month. So almost $200 a month. So it's something to think about when you're thinking about whether buying now or waiting it out and seeing what happens. Another way to think about that is, and I need to look at this, but that $350 purchase price, that $200, that $350 purchase price could become about a $415 purchase price for $200 more a month at that interest rate. So if you're willing to pay that higher monthly rate or the monthly payment, it might be, you got to look at there's a lot to look at. So there's a lot of numbers you want to figure out, what can I pay a month? What am I comfortable paying? Do I go now? Do I wait it out? But you want to see what your purchasing power is, obviously, and you want to be comfortable within that purchasing power. But, that rate increase of just the 1% from 3.21 to 4.21 does take you to $188 more a month. Now, I did some math just for fun, going back to 1980. That exact scenario would take your mortgage payment up to $3,600 a month. So it would go from the $1,439 to $3,600 a month. It's like $2,000 more than that. So moral of the story, when you're trying to decide if now is the right time to buy, take advantage of the current rates. It's easier to make a decision when you break it down into the realistic numbers of what you're paying a month. and what your mortgage payment will be. Use those mortgage calculators, and put in what the taxes and the insurance is. And I can get you some realistic numbers for that. If you're looking for that, I'm happy to do that. The more the mortgage rates increase, the less purchasing power you have. Your budget of $350 could potentially, hi Kristen, how are you? The budget of $350 could potentially decrease depending on where mortgage rates are headed. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to get you in touch with one of the lenders that I work with. They love to talk mortgage. They love to talk numbers. That's what they do all day. They understand it more than I do. I'm definitely not an expert on it. I'm just seeing now that Rudy is tagging Mike Miller. Who else? Rudy, you didn't even tag Nick. Hi, Rudy. How are you? But I just, it's worth looking at your numbers, breaking them down. And again, mortgage interest rates are low. So think about it now. And I know things are a little crazy now in the buyer market, but it's because inventory is low and the interest rates are low. So it's a perfect storm. But if I can help you, I'm happy to help you. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. I know the storm just came through here. Also, I know you can see it behind me now. I just got patio furniture. We got patio furniture on Monday, and people have been asking me where it was from because I posted it in my Insta story. Rooms to go. It's wonderful. I love it. I can't wait until it's not 5,000 degrees in Africa here, and we will be enjoying it outside. So hope everyone has a great Thursday. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you around. And we'll see you next week for Getting Tipsy. Bye, everybody.